Hi, I'm Carmen Chammas. Today I'll be talking about Thursday, the 12th of December. Today there's a full moon in Gemini. Actually, the full moon takes place at 5:13 a.m. Universal Time, Greenwich Mean Time Thursday. And everybody will be under the influence of this full moon. And then during the day, the moon will move to Cancer at 11:24 p.m. Universal Time, which may be around 6, 7, 8 p.m. in the evening if you're watching from the Americas. So how is it going to be? Most of the day is then in the moon in Gemini. Let's start with Aries. Aries, I think today you have no reason to complain about anything. Actually, everything is perfect. Everything seems to move in the right direction. Everything seems to work out perfectly well. Because of the influence of the full moon in Gemini, it means something comes to a completion related to a research, related to a meeting, related to a paper you're doing, or an exam, or maybe any deal you're negotiating. Everybody can be lucky today, especially those born between the 6th and the 10th of April. Taurus, on the other hand, with the full moon in the second house of money, most probably there's a deal you're doing, there is a paper you're presenting, there's an exam, and maybe there's a re-evaluation or an evaluation going on around you. So you have to be very aware and very alert to everything going around in your daily life at this time. So be careful, don't ruin your chances to make a profit. Be careful, especially if you were born on the 23rd or the 24th of April. Moving on to Gemini, with the full moon in your sign, this happens once a year. It seems that you are reaching your goal. The first time you set your goals was in June, when the moon was a new moon in your sign. So this is a time of completion for Gemini, and a time to move on. It's like a bell rings and it's a wake-up call, and it's time to move on prepare something for the next 6 months. So most probably you will be aware consciously or unconsciously of a situation, of a relationship, which can be a situation you are in. It can be academical, it can be romantic, it can be social, or it can be also professional. So there is something that attracts your attention, steals your attention, takes your attention, to work on and see what's going on, and to check on the strong and the weak points actually. So what you have to do, Gemini, is follow this and make sure you're doing everything right. Make sure you're not wasting your time and your energy. There is something new, as I said, and a page that needs to be reset. In all cases, everything should turn out to be fine and to your favor. However, you can be a little bit upset or anxious if you were born between the 10th and the 13th of June. Moving on to Cancer, with this full moon in the 12th house, it seems that things are, I will not say unsteady. Actually, they can be steady, but if you expect things to happen today, nothing will happen today. So you'll just stay where you are, and what is expected of you is not to move forward, and you're not expected definitely to move backwards. So you have to protect your position today. Try not to make abrupt moves, not make abrupt decisions. They will not be to your favor, and be careful of, be aware, be alert. Some delays may jump in, and they may come just like that all of a sudden. So plan B is advised. The least lucky are those born between the 11th and the 15th of July. Moving on to Leo. Leo, this is a very productive, nice, helpful, supportive day. Probably you will get the support you want. Probably you will get everything you need. And this is one of those days that you seem to shine, and your star seems to be very strong. It's a beautiful day. Everything seems to work out quite fine. Try not to postpone till tonight or till the moon reaches Cancer, because then things will stall and will not take place. So if you have something on mind, please do it and work on it and follow up with it today. The luckiest are those born between the 10th and the 14th of August. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo, it's a very, very important day, whether you're on a mission or you have something to plan for, or whether you have an appointment or a meeting. You may be a little bit anxious, but then you don't need to worry. Planet Uranus, Saturn, and Pluto are actually helping you out. So in spite of the tension, things seem to work out fine, especially if you were born between the 24th, 28th of August, and if you were born between the 12th and the 16th of September. Basically, these are the luckiest natives in Virgo. In all cases, everybody can feel the tension and the pull of the full moon in the highest point in your chart. So you have to make sure you're doing your work responsibly. Let's move on to Libra. Libra, definitely with the full moon in a friendly sign in Gemini, it will open new doors for you. New ideas will come to your mind. You will be very much enthusiastic and very happy. You feel like you want to double your work. You're very happy and optimistic, hopeful about new things. And definitely today you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like something lit in a dark room, and you find hope. So whatever you were looking for, an answer, today you get that answer. It's a beautiful day, it's a bright day, and it will give you some options, not only one option. Most probably you will have more than one option. In all cases, this is a day to be proud of and to really make yourself really proud. Everybody will be proud of you. So try to move in the correct direction. Don't waste the beautiful time. I always talk about the quality of time, and today quality of time is superior. So everybody can be lucky, especially those born between the 24th and the 27th of September. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio today is it's a long day with the effects of the full moon in the 8th house. So definitely you should double check first on your papers before you leave the house, before you leave office, before you leave the gym. You have to build bridges with others. You need to reach others, even people you don't know. So you have to keep an open mind today. Actually, people you meet today will be helpful, and you will need their help in the coming few months. So avoid making enemies today. You don't need that. Keep a smile, be helpful. Today is a good day to renegotiate some issues. But planet Mars is in your sign, so you have to be extremely careful. If you were born between the 7th and the 9th of November, and you have to be careful. Planet Uranus may oppose your actions if you were born on the 26th or the 27th of October, so be careful. On the other hand, the sign Sagittarius with the full moon in the house of Gemini, in the 7th house. It's the house of partnership. It's the house of legal issues. It's your relationship to your spouse, to the society. With a full moon there, it means that you have to look into that. You have to look into the way your relationships are going, if they are healthy or not, on all levels. So this may cause some disruption in your day, in your relationships, or it can actually motivate you to work on them, especially on the weak points, and strengthen them. Some of you may get married, some of you may meet someone, they fall in love, they may fall out of love. This is a very important day. If you're looking for a job, this can be a good day, actually, in spite of the tension. The luckiest are those born in the month of November. Let's move on to Capricorn. It's one of those exhausting days. Actually, it's one of the most exhausting day in this week. It can actually bring out the worst in you when it comes to achieving things, because you're too tired. You may lose your concentration easily. So what you have to do is you really need to make sure you're well focused, make sure you're well trained, make sure you know what you're talking about, make sure you know what you're going to. Be prepared, be well prepared, and then everything I said will be deleted and everything will be perfect. You have to be careful. It's an exhausting day, it's a tense day, and don't say I didn't tell you. You can be actually unprepared, but you have to be careful. You have to prepare well. You will need the help of others. You need to be healthy. You need your comfort zone. You may actually need to double your work and double your effort. The least lucky are those born between the 9th and the 13th of January. Moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius, this is a beautiful, beautiful, totally rewarding day. There's no more beautiful day than this day, maybe a couple of days more in this month. So all in all, this is a day to celebrate. Don't ruin it. So this is a day you have to put everything difficult, complicated in your life, put it today on your agenda and work on it. Don't postpone. Don't postpone. This is a lucky time, and on a lucky time, on a lucky day, you should work on the most complicated issues, because this is what you want. You're looking for a perfect time. This is the perfect time. Everybody can be lucky, especially those born between the 10th and the 15th of February. Let's move on to Pisces. Pisces, this is actually a day that pulls you home. It pulls you from work, it pulls you from your school, your studies, and just makes you feel a little bit nostalgic. You just need your cup of hot chocolate. You just want to relax and forget about stress. But how can you forget about your kids, about your chores, about things that really need to be attended to? So this can put you in an anxious mood, and you would want to do something about it. Maybe you can ask for help, but don't fight with others. I know you're sentimental. I know you're emotional. You may cry easily on such a day, and you need to be pampered. So maybe you need to pamper yourself instead of waiting for others to look after you. Just take that cup of coffee, take your time before you move on from chore to chore. So everybody can be a bit tired, but you can be a bit lucky, especially if you were born on the 20th, 21st of February. So this is it basically for Thursday, the 12th of December. I wish you all a great day and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.